Welcome back to Stoic Spirit. Have you ever wanted to be the person who naturally captivates attention without even trying? Imagine becoming the one who lingers in someone's mind, the person they can't stop thinking about. What if you could draw people to you effortlessly, like a magnet, without chasing after them? This isn't magic. It's entirely possible through mastering a few simple Stoic habits. The truth is, the more you chase, the more things slip away. Instead, let's learn how to cultivate a presence so powerful that people are drawn to you, even in your absence. As Epictetus wisely said, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Stoicism teaches us how to build a quiet confidence that becomes an irresistible force. By mastering these habits, you can make your presence felt, and your absence even more compelling. So if you're ready to become someone others are naturally attracted to, you're in the right place. Stick around and let's dive into the secrets that transform your inner strength into an undeniable pull. Subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts on how these principles have shown up in your life. Ready to begin? Let's go. Number 1. Unshakable self-worth. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Aristotle once said, "The journey to unshakable self-worth begins with this simple yet profound idea. Recognizing your intrinsic value, independent of the world's noise." Picture this. You're at a lively social gathering, perhaps at a park during a community event. Among the crowd, you notice two individuals. One person is anxiously darting between conversations, seeking approval and validation from every passerby. The other is sitting on a bench, absorbed in the beauty of the moment, enjoying the cool breeze, content in their own thoughts. Who draws your attention? It's the second person, isn't it? There's something magnetic about their quiet confidence, a radiance that comes from within. Unshakable self-worth is like a tree with deep roots. No matter how fiercely the wind blows, it stands firm, unyielding. This isn't just about feeling good temporarily or relying on external affirmations. It's about an unwavering belief in your own value, one that is cultivated from deep within. The ancient Stoics believed in this internal locus of control, where your worth is determined not by the opinions of others, but by your own self-assessment. As Epictetus reminded us, no man is free who is not master of himself. Imagine walking into your workplace, whether it's a bustling office or a serene library. The day is chaotic, deadlines are looming, and the atmosphere is charged with tension. Yet there you are, moving with purpose, unperturbed by the external pressure. You know your worth not because your boss praises you, but because you recognize your contribution and the effort you bring every day. Others begin to notice too. They gravitate towards you, not because you're trying to impress, but because your self-assuredness is like a beacon in the storm. This kind of self-worth is powerful. It doesn't need to shout, the quiet strength that others can't help but respect. Just like in The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway, where the old man's dignity isn't determined by his success in catching the fish, but by his unwavering resolve and pride in his craft, your value is not defined by external achievements, but by your inner conviction. Building unshakable self-worth isn't an overnight transformation. It's a process of constant self-reflection, setting boundaries, and engaging in self-care. It's about understanding that your value is not contingent on others' approval. In the words of Friedrich Nietzsche, he who has a why to live can bear almost any how. When you truly understand your worth, you stop chasing the approval of others, and instead, you start living in alignment with your own principles. Think of yourself as a lighthouse on the shore. Ships may come and go, but your light remains steady, guiding them without ever moving from its place. Your self-worth, once established, does the same. You don't need to chase people. They come to you, drawn by your stability and strength. To cultivate this, start by recognizing your achievements, no matter how small. Set boundaries that protect your time and energy. Engage in activities that nurture your body and mind. The more you invest in yourself, the more others will recognize your value. And soon, you'll find that your absence speaks just as loudly as your presence. So, I challenge you to embrace this journey. Begin today by affirming your worth, setting clear boundaries, and caring for yourself in a way that reflects your value. When you do, you'll find that people are naturally drawn to you, not because you seek their attention, but because they can't help but respect the quiet power you possess. Remember, in the words of Viktor Frankl, when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. By changing how you see yourself, you change the way the world sees you. Let your self-worth be your guiding light, and watch as it draws others into your orbit. If you're ready to take this step, drop a comment below with the words, "My silence is my strength." Together, let's build a community that values inner strength over external validation. Keep shining, and never forget, you are more than enough. Number 2, master emotional control. Having unshakable self-worth is just the beginning. To truly become a magnet for others, you must also master emotional control. Think about it. Who are you drawn to in moments of crisis? Not the person who panics or lets their emotions spill out uncontrollably, but the one who remains calm, poised, and unshaken. Emotional control isn't about suppressing what you feel or pretending that things don't affect you. It's about understanding your emotions deeply and deciding how to use them to your advantage. Picture this. You're at a family gathering, and a heated argument breaks out. Voices are raised, and emotions are running high. In the middle of this storm, there you are, listening intently, absorbing what is being said, and choosing your words carefully. When you finally speak, your tone is measured, your words deliberate, and your presence immediately calms the room. This isn't just about keeping the peace. It's about showing strength in a way that commands respect. As the ancient philosopher Seneca once said, "He who is brave is free." By bravely mastering your emotions, you are liberated from the chaos around you. Consider the wisdom of Lao Tzu, who said, "He who controls others may be powerful, but he who has mastered himself is mightier still." When you demonstrate emotional control, you are not just managing your reactions, you are setting the tone for those around you. Your calmness becomes contagious, a quiet signal that there is no need for panic or distress. This is the kind of strength that others find compelling and magnetic. A lighthouse in the stormy seas of life. To cultivate this skill, start by recognizing that emotions are like the wind. They come and go, but they don't have to dictate the direction of your sails. When you feel anger, frustration, or anxiety bubbling up, pause and ask yourself, is this emotion going to drive my actions, or will I steer the course? This small moment of reflection can be the difference between reacting impulsively and responding thoughtfully. Think of emotional control as an art form. Imagine yourself as a seasoned surfer on the ocean of life. The waves will rise and fall, some might even knock you down. The skill lies in learning how to ride them with grace. You don't fight the waves, you flow with them, maintaining your balance. Same goes for your emotions. Acknowledge them, feel them, but don't let them dictate your actions. The next time you find yourself in a challenging situation, take a deep breath. This is your anchor. Let the breath ground you, bringing you back to the center. Remember, the goal isn't to be emotionless, it's to remain unshaken. When you master your emotional response, you create a powerful aura of composure that others can't help but admire and want to be near. By practicing emotional control, you become the calm in the storm. Presence that reassures others. People will start to look up to you, not just for your calm demeanor, but for the clarity and confidence you bring to every situation. You will notice that not only do people feel more at ease around you, but they also start to rely on your stability. It's a strength that speaks even in your silence, making your presence and even your absence. Powerful statement. So, keep working on mastering your emotions, not just to be strong for yourself, but to be a source of strength for others. And in doing so, you'll find that people are drawn to you not just for what you say or do, but for the quiet power you hold within. Number 3, intentional communication. Mastering emotional control lays a solid foundation. To truly connect and draw others toward you, you must embrace the art of intentional communication. The way you communicate can either build bridges or walls. It's not just about the words you choose, it's about the intention behind them. Think about it. Have you ever left a conversation feeling truly heard, understood, and valued? It's a rare experience, isn't it? That's because intentional communication is a skill few master, yet it is one of the most magnetic qualities a person can have. Consider this scene. You're at a bustling shopping mall, the weekend crowd moving about like a restless sea. Amidst the noise and chaos, you spot a friend speaking with a group. They aren't dominating the conversation, but when they speak, everyone listens. Their words are measured, purposeful, and thoughtful, creating a calm pocket of attention around them. They're not just participating in the conversation, they're directing it with intention. This is what it means to communicate with purpose, to engage in a way that goes beyond the superficial and resonates deeply. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." The same applies to communication. Don't waste words trying to impress or overwhelm. Instead, speak with clarity and conviction. Every word should be a deliberate step toward mutual understanding and genuine connection. It's about quality, not quantity. Intentional communication starts with listening. It's about tuning in fully, not just waiting for your turn to speak. The next time you're in a conversation, practice active listening. Don't just hear the words. Understand the emotions behind them. This level of attention not only shows respect, but also makes the other person feel valued. It's like being a gardener. You plant seeds of understanding and nurture them with attentive care, which allows trust to grow. And here's a practical step. When you speak, pause and ask yourself, what do I want to convey? What impact will my words have? Just like an artist considers every brushstroke, every word you utter should serve a purpose. This could be clarity, comfort, encouragement, or guidance. By doing so, your communication becomes a tool for connection rather than a barrier. Remember, sometimes the most powerful communication is not what you say, but what you choose not to say. Silence can be a profound communicator. As the writer Haruki Murakami once noted in Norwegian Wood, "Silence, I discover, is something you can actually hear." Use silence to let your words sink in, to create anticipation, or to give space for others to process. A well-placed pause can be more impactful than a dozen rushed sentences. When you communicate with intention, you create a magnetic pull. You're not just talking at someone, you're engaging with them on a deeper level. They start to feel seen and understood, and that's when real connection happens. It's like being a sculptor. You carefully shape your words to craft a meaningful exchange, and people are drawn to those who make them feel valued, who speak with purpose, and who listen with their whole being. Finally, remember the words of Confucius, "Silence is a true friend who never betrays." Use silence as a powerful ally in your communication toolkit. It's not about filling every moment with words, but knowing when to step back and let the silence speak for itself. When you master this art, your words and even your quiet moments will carry a weight that draws people to you, time and time again. So embrace intentional communication. Be thoughtful, deliberate, and genuine. Let your words and silences speak volumes. You'll find that people not only listen when you talk, but they also feel compelled to share their stories with you. They're drawn to the depth and authenticity of your presence, making your conversations not just moments, but meaningful exchanges that leave a lasting impression. Number 4. Purpose-driven living. Intentional communication sets the stage, but it's purpose-driven living that truly captivates and sustains the attention of others. It's one thing to speak with clarity and intent, but it's another to live your life in a way that every action, every decision, echoes your deepest values and goals. What we do now echoes in eternity, Marcus Aurelius once mused, and when you live with purpose, those echoes become the guiding force that not only shapes your destiny, but also draws others to you. Consider this. You're sitting at a small cafe, watching the world go by. Two people walk in and take separate seats. One is scrolling through their phone, aimlessly tapping away, while the other pulls out a notebook and begins scribbling with a sense of focus and determination. Maybe they're sketching out plans for a new business or drafting the first chapter of a novel. Without a word, their energy fills the room. It's clear they're on a mission. Which of these two captures your attention? The one with purpose, right? There's something undeniably magnetic about a person who knows what they want and is actively working towards it. Living a purpose-driven life isn't about adhering to some lofty ideal or isolating yourself from the joys of the world. It's about infusing your daily life with meaning and direction. As the Stoics taught, it's the pursuit of your own eudaimonia, a state of flourishing by living in accordance with your true nature and virtues. Purpose gives you a reason to wake up every morning. It aligns your actions with your deepest convictions, and it attracts those who are inspired by your drive. To start living with purpose, begin by asking yourself, what truly matters to me? Is it creating something that outlasts you? Is it making a difference in the lives of others? Is it mastering a craft or exploring a passion? Identify what drives you, and let that be the compass that guides your decision. When you align your life with your purpose, you naturally begin to filter out the noise and distractions, focusing instead on what truly moves you forward. Imagine this. You're at a weekend gathering with friends. Everyone is chatting about their week. Some complain about work, others talk about the latest series they've binged. But when it's your turn, you speak passionately about a project you've been pouring your heart into, something that aligns with your purpose. Maybe it's a nonprofit you're helping to build, or an art piece you're creating that holds deep meaning. Suddenly, the conversation shifts. People lean in, not because you're louder or more charismatic, but because there's an undeniable energy in someone who is driven by purpose. That energy is contagious. It inspires others, and it draws them towards you. Seneca, in his letters to Lucilius, advised, "Life without a design is erratic. As soon as one is in place, principles of order form around it." Purpose-driven living is that design. It's the blueprint that shapes your life into something coherent, powerful, and ultimately magnetic. When others see you living with purpose, they can't help but be drawn to the order, passion, and the clarity you exude. Now, how do you put this into practice? Start small. Set a clear, achievable goal that aligns with your purpose. Make time for it every day, no matter how busy life gets. If your purpose is to write, commit to writing a certain number of words each day. If it's to build a business, set aside time each week to develop your ideas. Purpose isn't just about the grand vision, it's about the daily steps you take to bring that vision to life. Remember, purpose-driven living doesn't just transform your life, it becomes a beacon for others. People are naturally drawn to those who live with intention and passion, because it's rare, it's inspiring, and it's something everyone desires in their own life. And here's the best part. When you live with purpose, you don't need to chase after others. They will come to you, intrigued by your journey, curious about your direction, and inspired by your dedication. So ask yourself today, what is my purpose? What am I truly striving for? And then, let that purpose guide your every move. When you do, you'll find that your presence is not only noticed, but sought after, as others become drawn to the light of your purpose-driven life. Number 5. Cultivate patience. Living with purpose gives direction, but patience ensures we stay the course. Patience isn't just waiting, it's a strategic delay, a recognition that not all progress is visible or immediate. How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it? Marcus Aurelius wrote. Impatience is a form of anger, frustration with time itself. But when you cultivate patience, you transform that frustration into a calm, steady force that guides you through life's challenges. Picture this. You're at a family dinner, and conversations are flowing smoothly until a contentious topic arises. Voices begin to rise, tension builds, and everyone seems eager to speak over one another to get their point across. In the midst of this, you decide not to engage immediately. Instead, you listen, absorbing the words, watching emotions unfold. Then, when the moment is right, you speak, calmly, thoughtfully, and with intention. The room quiets down, and your words carry more weight because you didn't rush to be heard. You waited for the right moment. This is the power of patience. It allows you to choose the right time to act, making your actions more impactful and your presence more respected. Patience is like planting seeds in a garden. You don't dig them up every day to see if they've sprouted. You trust the process, knowing that with time, care, and the right conditions, growth will happen. This principle is deeply rooted in Stoicism, where understanding the natural flow of things helps us maintain our equanimity. Seneca once said, "He who rushes ahead is greeted by trouble." By learning to wait, we often avoid unnecessary pain and make more meaningful progress. But cultivating patience isn't about being passive, it's an active practice. Start by recognizing the triggers that cause impatience. Is it waiting for a promotion at work? Anticipating a reply from someone important? Identify these moments and ask yourself, what can I control in this situation? Focus on what you can do now, rather than what you hope will happen later. This shift in perspective turns waiting into a form of preparation, ensuring you're ready when the moment arrives. Next, practice being present. When you're waiting in line at a cafe or stuck in traffic, instead of tapping your foot or glancing at your watch, take a deep breath and observe your surroundings. Notice the little things, the way the light filters through the window, the sound of a distant conversation, the rhythm of your own breathing. This mindfulness not only eases your impatience, but also enriches your experience of the moment. Remember, patience doesn't mean inactivity. It's about timing your actions to align with the right moment. It's like a master chess player who waits for their opponent's next move, not out of passivity, but out of a calculated understanding that the right opportunity will come. When you cultivate patience, you become like that chess player, strategic, composed, and always a step ahead. In literature, Herman Melville's Moby Dick reminds us, "He who has never failed somewhere, that man cannot be great." Greatness requires the patience to endure failure, to learn, and to grow. When you practice patience, you are not only cultivating a virtue, but also demonstrating a quiet strength that draws others to you. They will see in you a resilience, a steadiness that is rare and valuable in a world that often rushes forward without thinking. So the next time you feel the urge to rush or force an outcome, remember that patience is not a lack of action, but the wisdom to know when to act. It's the understanding that good things often take time to materialize, and that by waiting with purpose, you add value to your presence and decisions. Cultivate patience, and you will find that people are drawn to your calm, steady energy, eager to be a part of your journey. In this way, patience becomes not just a habit, but a powerful magnet that brings the right people and opportunities into your life at the right time. Number 6. Radiate positivity. Cultivating patience teaches us to endure, but radiating positivity is what makes that endurance shine. Positivity isn't just a passive state of being. It's an active choice, a decision to look at the world and see potential instead of problems. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body, Seneca reminds us. When you radiate positivity, you're not ignoring life's challenges. You're transforming them into opportunities for growth and connection. Imagine this. It's a chaotic morning in a busy cafe. The line is long, the baristas are swamped, and customers are getting impatient. You're standing there, waiting for your coffee, and you notice the tension building around you. Instead of joining in the collective grumbling, you decide to break the ice. You make a lighthearted comment about the wait, maybe something like, "Well, at least we're not late to a meeting with the emperor." You chuckle, and soon enough, those around you start to smile too. The atmosphere lightens, tension eases, and suddenly, the wait doesn't seem so bad. This is the power of radiating positivity. It's like being a lighthouse during a storm. Your light doesn't eliminate the storm, but it does provide guidance and hope. When you choose to be positive, you become that guiding light for others, helping them navigate through their own challenges. Stoics understood that while we cannot control external events, we can control how we respond to them. Epictetus said, "We are disturbed not by what happens to us, but by our thoughts about what happens." Radiating positivity is about mastering your thoughts, choosing to focus on the good, even when it's hard to see, and in doing so, you become a source of comfort and inspiration to those around you. So, how can you start radiating positivity today? Begin by setting a positive intention every morning. Decide that no matter what happens, you will look for something good in it. If you face criticism at work, see it as an opportunity to learn and improve. Plans fall through, take it as a chance to try something new. This shift in perspective doesn't just change your mood, it changes the way people perceive and respond to you. Consider this. You're at a family gathering, and a heated discussion breaks out. Voices are raised, tempers are flaring, and the mood is quickly souring. Instead of adding fuel to the fire, you decide to diffuse the situation. You share a funny anecdote, or perhaps you steer the conversation toward a shared memory that brings everyone together. Your positivity acts as a balm, soothing the tension and bringing back the warmth of connection. People are drawn to that energy. They want to be around someone who can turn things around with just a few words. In The Count of Monte Cristo, Alexandre Dumas writes, "Life is a storm, my young friend. You will bask in the sunlight one moment, be shattered on the rocks the next. What makes you a man is what you do when that storm comes." Radiating positivity is about choosing how you face that storm. It's about deciding to be the sunlight even when the clouds gather. When you consistently bring a positive attitude, something incredible happens. Your absence becomes as powerful as your presence. People will start to notice when you're not around because they'll miss the light you bring. They'll seek you out not because you force yourself into their lives, but because your positivity is something they can't do without. It's magnetic, drawing people to you naturally and creating a ripple effect that spreads far beyond your immediate circle. So, embrace the power of positivity. Be the person who lifts others up, who sees the silver lining and who makes even the darkest days a little brighter. As you do, you'll find that not only do you become a beacon in your own life, but you also become a guiding light for others, leading them through their own storms with a smile and a kind word. Number 7. Be unpredictable. Radiating positivity draws people to your light, but being unpredictable keeps them captivated. Unpredictability adds a layer of intrigue to your presence, making people eager to know more, to experience more. Is it possible to chart a course through life with certainty? That's a question the Stoics would likely answer with a firm no. Life is inherently uncertain, and embracing unpredictability is not about chaos, but about embracing the art of surprise, excitement of the unknown. Imagine this scenario. You're at a weekly book club meeting that always follows the same format. Discuss the book, share thoughts, and go home. But this time, you decide to change things up. You bring in a guest speaker, someone who has written a book on a related topic, or perhaps you suggest an impromptu debate on a controversial theme from the book. The room comes alive. Members who are usually quiet are now engaged, leaning forward, eyes wide with curiosity. You've disrupted the routine, and suddenly everyone is more invested, more present. The Stoic philosopher Heraclitus famously said, "Only constant in life is change." Being unpredictable means not being stuck in the comfort of sameness, but being willing to adapt and surprise. It's about recognizing that when you break free from your patterns, you're not just adding mystery, you're showing that you're flexible, dynamic, and alive. You're embodying the Stoic principle of adaptability in a world that is constantly shifting. How do you make unpredictability work in your favor? Start by challenging your own habits. If you usually decline social invitations, surprise your friends by joining them for an outing. If you always take the same route to work, try a new path. These small changes in behavior signal to others that there's more to you than meets the eye. They create a sense of anticipation, feeling that there's always something new to discover about you. Think about your interactions with others. If you're known for being the serious one in the group, throw in a lighthearted joke or share a funny story from your past. If you typically plan every detail, embrace spontaneity by suggesting an unplanned trip or adventure. These moments of unpredictability add depth to your character, making you less of a static figure and more of a dynamic presence. In Dostoevsky's The Brothers Karamazov, there's a profound observation. The mystery of human existence lies not in just staying alive, but in finding something to live for. Unpredictability is about finding those things that bring excitement and curiosity to life, both for yourself and for those around you. When you are unpredictable, you remind people that life is not a script to be followed, but a story to be written, with twists and turns that keep it compelling. The key is balance. Being unpredictable doesn't mean being erratic or unreliable. It's about being the person who, when expected to zig, occasionally zag, not to confuse, but to keep things fresh and engaging. It's like being a jazz musician who improvises within the structure of a song, adding flair and creativity that makes the performance memorable. So, embrace the unexpected. Be the person who occasionally breaks the mold, who isn't afraid to challenge norms, and who brings a fresh perspective to familiar situations. This unpredictability not only keeps others engaged and intrigued, but also keeps you growing and learning. And in doing so, you become the kind of person others can't help but be drawn to. Someone who always leaves them wanting more, eagerly anticipating your next move. Number 8. Show genuine interest in others. Being unpredictable keeps people intrigued, but showing genuine interest in others makes them feel truly valued. When you invest your attention in someone, you're not just offering a polite gesture. You're creating a connection that resonates on a deeper level. As the philosopher Cicero once said, friendship improves happiness and abates misery by the doubling of our joy and the dividing of our grief. By showing interest in others, you not only enhance their lives but also enrich your own. Imagine this scenario. You're at a neighborhood barbecue. It's easy to make small talk, discuss the weather, or ask about weekend plans. But instead of the usual surface-level exchange, you ask your neighbor about a project you know they've been working on, a garden they've been tending, or a renovation they've been planning. You listen intently, ask follow-up questions, and show genuine curiosity about their effort. Suddenly, this isn't just another conversation. It's a moment where they feel truly seen and appreciated. You've taken an ordinary interaction and turned it into a meaningful connection. The Stoics believed in the power of active engagement with the world around us. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "It is in your power whenever you choose to retire into yourself. For there is no retreat that is quieter or more free from trouble than that which a man finds in his own soul." But he also knew that human connection was essential to a fulfilling life. By showing genuine interest in others, you are creating a retreat not just for yourself, but for those who engage with you, a space where they feel understood and valued. However, there is a fine line between showing genuine interest and overstepping into the realm of intrusion. Genuine interest is about making someone feel comfortable and valued, while excessive questioning or prying can make them feel pressured or uncomfortable. To avoid this, pay attention to social cues and respect boundaries. Show empathy and curiosity without making the person feel like they're under interrogation. So how do you cultivate this habit of genuine interest? Start by being fully present in your interaction. In a world full of distractions, being the person who gives undivided attention is a rare and powerful quality. Whether you're at a family dinner or in a meeting at work, focus entirely on the person in front of you. Ask questions that go beyond the superficial. What inspired you to start this project? Or, what challenges have you faced recently? These questions show that you care about their experiences and perspective. Another practical approach is to practice empathy. Try to understand not just what someone is saying, but why they're saying it. This involves listening with both your ears and your heart, picking up on the emotions behind the words. For instance, if a colleague mentions they're overwhelmed with work, instead of offering generic advice, acknowledge their feelings and ask how you can support them. This level of empathy can turn a simple conversation into a moment of genuine connection. In To Kill a Mockingbird, Harper Lee writes, "You never really understand a person until you consider things from his point of view, until you climb inside of his skin and walk around in it." Showing genuine interest in others is about stepping into their world, even if just for a moment, and seeing life through their eyes. It's about making them feel important, respected, and valued. When you consistently show genuine interest in others, you'll notice something remarkable. People will start seeking you out, not because of what you do for them, but because of how you make them feel. They'll come to you, not for advice or solutions, for the comfort of being understood and the warmth of your attention. And when you're not around, they'll miss that connection, eagerly awaiting your return. So my friends, let's embrace this habit. Make the effort to truly engage with those around you. Be the person who listens, who cares, who asks the thoughtful questions that others overlook. In doing so, you'll find that your presence becomes a source of comfort and your absence a void they long to fill. Genuine interest is not just a social skill. It's a powerful way to build meaningful relationships that last. Number 9. Embrace solitude. Embracing solitude is not about isolating yourself. It's about finding strength in your own company. When you can stand alone, without needing constant validation, you become a force that others are naturally drawn to. As Blaise Pascal once said, all of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone. There's a profound power in being able to be alone with your thoughts, reflect, and to cultivate a sense of inner peace that is unshakable. Imagine this. You're in a relationship, but instead of constantly needing reassurance or filling every moment with conversation, you cherish your time alone. One evening, your partner suggests going out, but you gently express that you'd like some time to yourself. Not because you're upset or distant, but because you value solitude as a way to recharge and reflect. You spend that evening reading a book, going for a walk, or simply enjoying the quiet. The next day, when you see your partner, they notice something different about you. A renewed calm, a centeredness that wasn't there before. They're intrigued by your ability to find fulfillment within yourself, and it draws them closer to you. They start to see your solitude as a strength, not a weakness. And they appreciate that you don't rely on them for your sense of peace. The Stoic philosopher Seneca wrote, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." Solitude offers you the perfect environment to learn about yourself, to reflect on your experiences, and to grow in ways that constant social interaction simply can't provide. It's in these moments of solitude that you can reconnect with your values, recalibrate your goals, and emerge stronger and more centered. But how does this draw people to you? Simple. When you're comfortable in your own skin, others notice. They see that you're not chasing after validation or approval, and that creates a magnetic pull. It's as if your self-sufficiency radiates an energy that people want to be around. They're intrigued by your calmness, your ability to be content on your own, and they begin to seek out your presence. Not because you need them, because they need the peace you exude. To truly embrace solitude, start by carving out time each day for quiet reflection. It doesn't have to be long. Just a few minutes of sitting alone, without distractions, can work wonders. Use this time to meditate, to journal, or simply to think. Reflect on your day, your goals, and what truly matters to you. Over time, you'll find that this practice not only strengthens your mind, but also deepens your understanding of yourself and your place in the world. As Henry David Thoreau famously wrote in Walden, "I never found a companion that was so companionable as solitude." Solitude is not a void. It's a space where you can meet the most important person in your life, yourself. It's a place where you can cultivate the strength to stand firm in your beliefs, clarity to navigate life's challenges, and the peace to remain centered in a chaotic world. So, next time you find yourself with a few moments alone, don't rush to fill the silence. Embrace it. Use it as an opportunity to connect with your inner self, to reflect, and to grow. And watch as people begin to gravitate toward you, drawn by the quiet strength that only solitude can provide. Solitude isn't about loneliness, it's about becoming whole on your own, and in doing so, attracting others who are inspired by your quiet confidence and self-assured presence. Remember, by mastering the art of solitude, you create a powerful space where your absence is felt as strongly as your presence. So go ahead, embrace those quiet moments, and see how solitude can transform not just your life, but also the way others see you. Number 10. Be consistently kind. Kindness is not just an option, it's a necessity in building meaningful connection. After embracing solitude, which gives you the strength to stand alone, the next step is to channel that inner peace outward through consistent acts of kindness. As Aristotle once said, the essence of life is to serve others and do good. This isn't just about grand gestures, but the small, everyday actions create an atmosphere where others feel valued and appreciated. Consider this. You're walking through a busy street when you notice someone struggling with a heavy bag of groceries. Without hesitation, you step in to offer help, even though you're on your way to an important meeting. The person is initially surprised, but deeply grateful as you carry the bag for them. You walk together for a short distance, sharing a brief but meaningful conversation. By the time you part ways, you've not only lightened their load physically, but also brightened their day with your unexpected kindness. This simple act of giving, without expecting anything in return, leaves a lasting impression on them and anyone who witnesses it. Your kindness becomes a ripple in the pond, affecting more people than you might ever know. The Stoics believe that kindness, is an expression of our humanity. Marcus Aurelius once wrote in Meditations, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." When you consistently show kindness, you're not just performing an act. You're embodying the virtues that define a good life. This isn't about being soft or naive. It's about understanding that kindness is a form of strength. It builds bridges where there might have been walls and creates opportunities for connection where there were none before. The beauty of kindness is that it's contagious. When you consistently approach others with warmth, patience, and understanding, you inspire them to do the same. Over time, your reputation as a kind and reliable person precedes you, drawing people towards you not out of obligation, but out of genuine respect and admiration. They'll come to you, not just because of what you do, but because of how you make them feel, valued, respected, and seen. Put this into practice. Start by making a conscious effort each day to perform at least one small act, kindness. It could be as simple as holding the door for someone, offering a sincere compliment, or being patient in a situation where others might lose their temper. These actions, though seemingly insignificant, build a foundation of trust and goodwill. They are the seeds that, when consistently nurtured, grow into strong, lasting relationships. Kindness is like a gentle breeze on a hot day. It's not forceful, but it's refreshing and always welcome. It's the kind of presence that others miss when it's gone, and they seek out when they need comfort or support. As you continue to cultivate kindness in your interactions, you'll find that people are naturally drawn to you, not because you demand their attention, but because your consistent kindness makes their lives a little brighter. Remember, the world doesn't just need more strong people. It needs more kind ones. In a world that often feels harsh and unforgiving, your kindness can be the balm that soothes, the light that guides, and the force that brings people together. Keep shining, keep being that beacon of kindness, and watch as the world gradually starts to orbit around you, drawn by the warmth and positivity that only you can provide. As we wrap up this journey into mastering the art of attraction through Stoicism, remember, it's about becoming the kind of person others are naturally drawn to. Embrace these habits and watch how your presence, and even your absence, begins to speak for itself. If you're ready to step into your power, drop a comment below saying, "I'm a people magnet," to show that you value silence and self-mastery. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights, like this video if you found it helpful, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your journey to becoming irresistible starts now.